I see my mobile live dashboard. And okay, I see both notifications that I went live. Hello everyone who's already here. Let's get into Stardew Valley, and I can already tell it's too loud. Paint my frames. Give that a second to hopefully resolve itself. Start my third week in the valley. So, I have another sunny day today after this. Spirits are mildly perturbed, but the big thing I want to bring up is it's salmonberry season. All across the countryside, bushes are teeming with juicy little berries, and they're free for the taking. I recently noticed a great way to earn some extra cash. No, it is not. It is not a good way to earn extra cash. What it is a good thing for is to get a little bit of extra foraging experience, because each berry you harvest will give you a point of foraging experience, and they are very cheap and a good way to get a lot of energy. Once you have your first salmonberry season, having enough energy to do things is no longer much of a concern. I've been going crazy about, in previous streams, about getting enough, about getting enough stone to make a furnace, but I don't know why I'm freaking out about it, because it takes 2,000 gold to do the, axe upgrade anyway, so why worry about getting the stone before I even have the money to upgrade? So I'm gonna stop worrying about that quite so much. Let's focus on trying to get money and fortune experience in the meantime. Since I'm on the forest farm, there are some extra salmonberry bushes around the farm. Unfortunately, I don't have a magnet ring or anything else that increases my magnetism yet, so the berries are not being drawn to me, and there's every possibility that one will fall into an area that I can't quite reach, and I'll be left without that berry until, some point in the future when I do have magnetism, and I'll be walking by somewhere and randomly get a berry. There used to be a little exploit you could do, where on days when there were during salmonberry season, you could enter the game, then immediately quit out and go back into the game, and it would have a vastly higher number of salmonberries. That was patched out, but if you have, if you have at least level 4, so you're getting 2 from every bush, and you don't have a whole lot else to do on these days, then there's really no need for extra berries. But the first and last day usually have not quite as many, and the middle 2 days have more. So my main goal during these next 4 days of the game will be doing a full circle all the way around the valley, getting as many salmonberries as I can, so that I don't have to worry about energy. From this point on, how many trees I chop down in a day will not be limited by how much energy my character has, but how much time is in the day. were lucky last time to get that rock to despawn on its own, so I have access to that little fenced-in area now, but it's somewhat rare for any forageables to spawn in that square. So I could see when I went through the backwoods that there were some salmon berries on the bushes in the tunnel area. I don't know that I've actually gone over here very much and shown that you can't actually reach this area down here. You can also go into the tunnel, but there's one thing in there and I can't do anything with it yet. At some point I will receive batteries. Once I have batteries I can do something in there. Typically I don't worry about getting to the bushes in the south of town as quickly. They will spawn berries too, but going around the forest is going to be many more. And I'll talk to Jazz because she's here. No, I'm not looking for you, I'll find you. I've been thinking over my money situation for this playthrough, and I've been keeping a lot of forageables for gift giving purposes. But I really think if I really want to keep this playthrough going properly, what I should be doing is turning those forageables into spring seeds. With the exception of winter, turning your forageables into a packet of seeds will always be more profitable than selling them individually. So if I take these forageables I'm finding, turn them into spring seeds, and then sell those, I will get the money I need for my upgrades much sooner. And the faster I can upgrade, the more stumps I can chop each day, get foraging experience faster and faster, and hopefully move on to the next skill before fall. Ideally, I would reach the whole 10 foraging by the end of spring, but I feel like that's pretty unlikely. Despite the fact that I will be upgrading my axe and getting foraging experience faster than I am now. As I said last time, it's somewhere halfway around level 7 or so that you're actually half of the total experience you need, and I'm getting almost close to level 6 right now. But if I'm coming down here for berries every day, I'll be getting the many spring onions that spawn as well, which is a little more experience. Salmon berries are not the fastest foraging experience, but every little bit counts. I'll talk to Haley since she's here. I'm not terribly worried about continuing to give her as many gifts as I can since she's already the 4 hearts. I can do the flower dance with her and get an extra heart then. Oh wow, I thought that extra one was going to fall into the water. I need to get the trash cans, and then I'll buy them. Just talking to as many people as I can. And I already have my second click out of the game window accidentally for the stream. So what's the deal? Like his big brother in more ways than one. I'll get to that later. I'll talk to Mara while she's here. I won't have her favorite gifts like I usually do when her birthday comes around, but it doesn't mean I don't want to talk to her when I can. Make sure I talk to George every day, even if I'm not giving him leaks. the quest on the board. It's about carp fishing, which, you know, carp are very easy to catch, but if you're not fishing at all, then even the carp is beyond you. You don't have to use the scythe to get the berries off the bushes. You can just shake them, but I feel like the scythe is a little bit faster. And I want to get this back to the field because not used enough. A lot of the things you can do with the scythe, you can do with your hands. Shane on my way by. I saw Lewis walking. Give him a conversation as well. There's also a bush with berries behind his house. So I basically got all the berries I think I will today. I'm up to 76 after a single day. And each of those berries gives you 25 energy and 11 health when you eat them. You can see even 76 berries altogether would only sell for 780, which, I mean, I get 380, sorry. Which, granted, when you're scraping every G possible together by whatever means you can, 380 may seem like a lot, but it's just not. Oh, being hotpot has magnetism. If I were willing to spend that money to make sure that no salmon berries end up out of reach, I could do that, but ideally I will not be spending money on other things besides upgrading. So I'll get back on my farm and put things away. Let me sell the spring onions before I do the inventory sorting. Now I will sort my inventory. Okay, so I have like, I'm going to take 5 of each, which is all my regular quality daffodils. And I'm going to craft them all into seeds. You can do some math. 30, 40 is 70, plus 60 is 130, plus 50 is 180. So, selling them all together is 180. But if you use just one to make a packet of seeds, that's instead 350. So you can see it's much more profitable to turn them into spring seeds and then sell them. And that's going to give me the gold I need for the upgrade. So, if I get extremely lucky and don't have to buy the stone, I can get that upgrade going pretty soon here. But all likelihood is that I'll also have to buy the stone. Since it's only 7:10 and I use the scythe does not take any energy to use, the only energy I've used today is the few branches I've chopped. I will spend a little bit of extra time today chopping some of the trees down here that are fully grown. The partially grown trees don't give any experience. If you're herding for like that last couple pieces of wood, then sure, go ahead and chop the partially grown tree. But if you're wanting experience, only the fully grown trees will give it to you. And their stumps. So, one of these is a stump of a tree that I just cut down. One of them is not. There are some stumps that just appear. They're not in any way related to trees you chopped down, and you cannot cut them down either. They'll never grow, they'll never be cut down, they'll just be stumps there forever. I will head back to my farm. And I forgot to give water to my cat. So I will pull the watering can out of my chest and do that real quick. In terms of friendship gain, for giving water to your pet, it doesn't matter at what time of the day you do it, as long as you do it at some point. But logically, it feels better to give your cat the vital water to live in the morning. I'm sorry, Dexy, I'm being a traitor today. I didn't have any cold Pepsi, so I'm having a Coke today. I will accept punishment later. So, thanks to the spring seeds I crafted, I got over 1800 G today. Which takes me up to 2366. Which is above the 2000 I need for the first axe upgrade. Your store is now selling fertilizer. I have 3 stones that I got because I had to get things out of my way. And I need 25 stones, so 22 more to craft a furnace. Now stone, I think, is vehicles. So if I buy the 22 stone I need right now, I would not have enough for typically, the way I like to do this early in the game, and I believe I mentioned this last time, is chop trees during the week, like Monday through Friday, and then have my axe upgrading on the weekend when there's the highest amount of forage on the ground. Chop trees during the week, upgrade my axe, grab the foraging, pick up my axe, and resume chopping trees next week while forage again starts to grow. So I upgrade my axe once so I can start chopping down all those stumps every day. Really supercharge my foraging gains. 3 clickouts of the game menu. I really look forward to those little dig spots. Mostly because they have things like clay that I don't get any other way besides digging. It is also possible that you could get stone from one of those, and it would give me the foraging experience for a dig spot instead of turn the game down. My volume is so low already, but I will try and turn it down a little bit more. Down in OBS, so hopefully it's at least quieter for you, even if it's not quieter for me. If it's still bad, just let me know. No. Try and adjust other audio settings. My actual volume for me is 5%, so I was hoping if I turned it down that much, you would be able to hear me better than the game. Honestly though, I think the music in Stardew Valley is absolute fire, so if you can hear the music then I'm happy. One thing that Stardew Valley definitely has going for it beyond Harvest Moon is the music. For each season in this game, there's a number of different tunes that could play throughout the course of the day, and it cycles through them. Rather than Harvest Moon, where it will be the exact same song every single day for an entire season. And it gets... the music is not bad, but oh goodness, does it get repetitive. Especially if you play for more than, a day or two at a time. Which I usually do. But there are things that I like better about Harvest Moon games than even Stardew Valley. Particularly the time stopping when you're indoors. I feel like I should have my time to talk to people inside and shop without worrying about the time moving. Hey, I got all 4. Usually that's one of the spots where lack of magnetism will hurt you. So I decided to come down here first today, instead of going up through the mountains. And welcome to the stream, Firelina. Your first time chatting. Hello. And I responded to what you said, but I didn't actually greet you. Hello, Emily. Circle here. I suppose I should have at least brought the quality leak for George when I came out today, but it's only Tuesday. I still have plenty of time to give 2 gifts. Oh, Robin, that hurts. You give me a quest to find stone. I would love to find 20 pieces of stone. Some part of me feels like I should make an exception to get stone if it's asked for in a quest. 20 stones would not give me a full mining level. I'll leave it to the chat. Should I be allowed to gather that stone for Robin and complete her quest? Or should I continue with not allowing myself to get any stone unless it blocks a path? In the meantime, I will continue just gathering my salmon berries and any other forageable I see along the way. In case you're wondering what the benefits are of doing this quest, I would get some extra gold, Robin would like me a little bit more, and for every 3 help wanted quests you complete, you get a prize ticket that you can take to the machine in Lewis's house and do some sort of extra reward. So if you're weighing whether doing it as a quest is beneficial in a way other than just having more stone, those would be the effects. there's another dig spot. Helps if I equip the right tool. Welcome in your flame. Yes, I very much enjoy this game. And I just found my first lost book, which will show up in the museum if I go there. Let's see. I get some stone today, which I like. I got another quality leek, which is also exciting. The more George likes me, the more likely I am to get a gift from him. I'll go ahead and take that. Well, I'll take one of the silver leeks over to George. Since I'm heading back towards town anyway, since I hadn't been to into the bus stop looking for berries yet, I will grab that berry when I go by. Thankfully, things like berries do not disappear when you leave the screen. They can disappear eventually, but simply leaving the screen will not make it happen. Some things will stay until you sleep, some things will stay for the entire season. Alright, so George will be inside. Did I talk to Alex? Maybe. I'm actually not sure if I talked to him. I know I did talk to George already. Just leak. Thanks to the info suite, I can see how close he is to the next heart level. He's above 3 hearts, so you only need above 0 to get a gift, but every heart beyond that, slightly higher chance. Zelda is my favorite game series. Hi, I understand now. Thank you for stopping by. Want me to talk more? And now I don't talk a whole lot when I'm playing this game. There's not as much action as there is when I'm streaming Skyrim, so I don't always have quite as much to say. But if you want me to try and talk a little bit more, I can do that. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a second chest. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to pop down here. And I'm going to change the color to green to make it feel more spring themed. And I'm going to take all of my spring type items and I'm going to put them in that chest. Just because this one's starting to fill up. All the other things in there are fishing, mining, or all season related. And I did not mean to save those extra spring onions. I know you're usually going to sleep by now, so thank you for at least stopping in for a moment. I always appreciate it. And if I can still get into our house, I will give this daffodil to Haley. Is that berry today? I don't know if it closes at 7 or 8. It would be be 8 o'clock. So I was able to get in. Just under the wire. Heard some loud noise outside. Don't think it's anything I need to be worried about. It's just a momentary sound. But if I could hear it through the headphones, it must have been quite loud. I still like going to the saloon every day, just to get some more friendship points. Becoming friends with other people besides George does not reduce the possibility of George sending me a gift. It just means that they could also potentially send me gifts sometimes. But it's not like, you know, being friends with everyone else will be like, oh, well, he doesn't need a gift from George. Actually, maybe something happened to the internet. I dropped more frames. So I got roughly the same number of salmon berries today as I did the previous day. I'm up to 144 now. I'll just go ahead and go to sleep. And let the earnings come up. Just a few spring onions today, so not very much total. If you're playing a traditional playthrough of the game, those spring onions can be a little bit of a help in the mines before you get other methods of getting energy back. But it's not. How to explain the game? So the basics of the game is that my character used to work for a corporation, but he was feeling disenfranchised with life, so he decided to accept the gift that his grandfather left him, this farm. So he moved to the valley, and the main goal of the game is to fix up the farm, foster a sense of community in the town. But I'm trying to do a little bit different in the game. So you have 5 skills: farming, mining, foraging, fishing, and combat. You can use these skills at any time and in any order you want. But to make it a little bit more challenging on myself, I decided I would do one skill at a time. So my foraging is currently level 5. I need to get it all the way to level 10, and then I can start using another skill. I can continue using foraging after I add in another skill. But until foraging is leveled up, I can't use anything else. So eventually, once I reach the last skill that I need to level up, it will essentially turn into just a regular playthrough of the game. But until then, it adds a little bit of challenge for someone who has a few thousand hours playing this game, as I do. I play more often on my Switch actually, but there are several advantages to playing this on PC. Mostly the additional control you have, aiming tools with your mouse. You can hit diagonals easier. Less movement necessary to do the same things that you do. And I get that you've got some new ideas to sleep on. That means I leveled up my fortune, so I will be level 6 tomorrow. Plus, now since I have a mod, it tells me how close I am to the next level anyway. So to reach level 7, I need 1500 more forging experience, which is going to be a long way away. But start with this couple. So I know this game may not be as exciting to watch as Skyrim is, and that's part of why I stream Skyrim more, because I think it's a more enjoyable experience for viewers, even for ones who aren't familiar with the game I'm playing. The extra action and crazy things that happen in the game generates some additional excitement, but I do enjoy this game a lot, and sometimes, especially on like a cloudy Sunday afternoon, a casual, cozy game like this just feels special to me. But if I can understand that if you're not familiar with the game to begin with, the fact that I'm doing something unconventional may make it difficult to follow. I do apologize for that. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm doing something confusing. Every help wanted quest I'm getting is related to fishing. I should not have met Willie or Demetrius. It's going to slow me down a lot getting help wanted quests that I can actually do. I would say I would recommend this game to just about anyone. It's accessible to gamers and non-gamers alike. There's not really anything you can possibly miss in the game. You may not progress as fast as other people, but it's very much at your own pace. You can approach it in whatever way you want. You don't have to get like a certain amount of money or certain crops by a certain time. You can always do more later. So in that sense, it's good for anyone. I mean, if you need a lot of action in your game, I would say even the combat isn't, high level action. It's very basic. You see the enemies on the screen, you swing your weapon at them. Sometimes they'll leap at you and hurt you. So it's not, Souls-like combat or anything like that. It's very minimalistic, but I generally would recommend this game to anyone who is interested in trying it. And it's on sale a lot. So it's usually around $15, but it does go on sale frequently. Oh gosh, I almost forgot about this. So a recent addition to the game is every spring 17th there'll be a little rainbow and a pot of gold here, referencing St. Patrick's Day. It's a new addition. You get some gold from the pot, and you get a leprechaun hat. Yes, the game is basically on every system. It's on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo systems. It's on mobile, even. So, whatever system you have, you are able to play this game. and even with the most recent update, it's not a super CPU heavy game, so even if you have an older system or computer, this is a game that you should still be able to run without too many difficulties. But you said you got a PS5, so yeah, that is more than powerful enough. The game also just got a Switch 2 patch, but I do not have a Switch 2, so. And I understand that there are some bugs related to that patch, but they're usually pretty quick about identifying and releasing bug fixes when they are identified. Though the game was developed by a single person, everything, even the visuals, the characters, the story, the music, it was all made by one man. He does have some help with like porting and translation. He has a small group that assists so that he can spend more time working on his new game. But for the most part, it's all still his. It's even self-published now. I've given Haley 2 gifts this week, so I do not need to give her another. I could go into the mathematics of gift giving and friendship, but that's not terribly interesting to talk about. What do you think? Sam's a musician. He plays guitar. What do I think his new song should be about? Farming, mining, and chopping wood. A city in the sea. Trains. Or I can be a mean person. Choose anything, it'll still be a horrible song. Well, farming, mining, and chopping wood is a big part of this game. And there are trains too. I think the most intriguing option would be a city in the sea. So I think I'm gonna pick that one this time. Hey, you know what? That sounds perfect, thanks. That won't actually impact anything. You may mention it in dialogue in the future, but sometimes the way you respond to certain things will make small changes. That is not one of them. I named my cat Schrodinger. Such a nice property for a pet to explore. Yeah, nice big farm to run around on. I did ask the chat if they wanted me to name it something other than Schrodinger, but no one said anything, so I decided to go with Schrodinger because, you know, Schrodinger's cat. If I pick a dog in this game, I usually name it Pavlov. As far as streaming goes, I played more Skyrim, and this is my 4th stream of Stardew Valley. I've done 13, 14 Skyrim streams. The first stream I did was actually Soma on Halloween, but I haven't gone back to that as of yet. As far as in my own time, I do play a lot of other games. On this new computer, I've also installed Dark Souls Remastered, Peak, and The Sims Legacy. I've been finishing up Fantasy Life on my 3DS, and I also play, I replay Pokemon Soul Silver a lot to this day. I still think that's the best entry in the Pokemon series, and I don't see any other, the way that franchise is going, I don't see uh, any future Pokemon games living up to it. What area did I not explore today? Because I've only gotten 40 salmon berries. I know I explored the forest because I got the leprechaun hat and the pot of gold. Yeah, as far as games go, I'll play just about anything. I'll play fighting games, but I'm absolutely horrible at them. And I will occasionally, but things that I play less of, things like Call of Duty and other war-style shooters, and a lot of MOBAs like Fortnite, I don't really play. Welcome to the stream, Shabina. I would say that. Thank you for following and joining the stream. I am doing fairly well. Just decided that a cozy game would be more enjoyable for me today. It's actually lucky I got some coal. I forgot that I'll need that when I start smelting my bars. I typically play about a week of the game each time I stream it. But who knows, maybe I'll go a little bit longer today. So the stream is going fairly well. I've dropped a few more frames than I would like, but it happens sometimes, depending on, internet connectivity that day. So for level 6 foraging, I get the same axe proficiency I always get. I got a crafting recipe for a lightning rod. I already have the crafting recipe for fall seeds halfway through spring, and a crafting recipe for a totem that would take me to the beach. Unfortunately, it's good to have the crafting recipe for fall seeds once I reach there. The lightning rod and totem I cannot. I need hardwood for the beach totem, and until I upgrade my axe I can't get hardwood. For the lightning rod, I need all sorts of mining things. But it's good to have the lightning rod early. I mean, I do enjoy art, but if you're referring to things that you make particularly for streamers, I'm not looking for any of that at the moment. Last day of salmon berry season, so if you find me running around the valley collecting berries every day boring, this is the last day for year 1 that I will be doing that. Getting plenty of prey. Sometimes I find my play reserve to be a little bit lower than I would like. Not crafting a whole lot right now. I'm building up a pretty nice reserve of materials. Though I've said it previously and I will mention it again, if you think 2.5 stacks of wood is enough, oh boy. No, you need thousands upon thousands of wood if you want to do everything in this game. I may actually make the, I was thinking I may make it coop early, even before I need chickens. but I realized that there's a quest that you can get to build a coop after you've harvested your first parsnips, and it would be better to get that quest, or build the coop once I have that quest so I can get a little extra gold out of it. Though by that point I won't need money anymore. The skill I intend to pursue after foraging is fishing, and if you fish enough, money becomes no concern. I'd like to make fish ponds, but unfortunately that requires a lot of stone to make those. I typically try to not access apps such as Discord while I'm in the middle of a stream, but as of right now, I do not have any way to give donations. I am not big enough for YouTube or Twitch to allow me to monetize the streams. I have considered creating a Patreon, but if I were to do that, I would want to have something additional to offer the people who were willing to support me, and right now I don't really have any ideas I could do that beyond, like sharing additional plans for when and what games I might stream with them first, and maybe allow some influence in the direction of how I play games, or give a selection of what game I may play next. So I do have some ideas, but I'm not sure if that's really enough to offer in exchange for support. But if I do decide to go that route, there will be links to it. Unfortunately, to become an affiliate on Twitch, I'm streaming enough, but you need, I think it's an average of 3 viewers over the course of 4 streams, and like something like 50 followers. And nowhere near that. YouTube, I think, is a little bit more forgiving, but still. There is a daffodil back there, but it's behind a fallen log and a large stone, so I would need both steel pickaxe and axe to get back to that. So unfortunately that one's just gonna have to sit there until the end of the week. Oh, today is Pam's birthday, spring 18th. We're doing a typical playthrough of the game. Parsnips are a loved gift for her, so it's very, very easy to get, an extra parsnip or 2 grown for her, and give her a gift on her birthday and get a huge friendship boost. But as I've grown absolutely nothing so far, I may check if any forageables are like gifts. That's perfectly okay, Elias. As long as... I got the impression yesterday, you know a little bit more about Skyrim. But even if you don't know a lot about the game, I still appreciate every message I get. It really makes the streaming more enjoyable for me, and I appreciate anything you say. if I can introduce the game to someone who hasn't seen it before and it's interesting to them, then that's just a bonus. I'm going to drop off what I've collected so far. I'm not sure so much about the math regarding the quality of forged items as they impact the sell price. But either way, I don't have enough daffodils to craft more seeds anyway, so I'll just sell the quality horseradish. I know I was saying that I don't like to check my phone while I'm streaming, but I do want to see if I have something that Pam at least likes for her birthday. The Stardew Valley wiki is a wonderful resource and is very well maintained. There is sometimes a little mistake that they'll make here and there, but typically the information there is sound. So I do not have anything at all that she loves. But she does like daffodils and all Universal likes. The other spring foraging is mostly neutral except for horseradish, which she dislikes. And unfortunately I don't have any daffodils left. If I could have gotten that one that's stuck behind the log and the stone, then I would have one. But I turned them all into spring seeds, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to give Pam anything she likes. The best I can do is a neutral. Which, is better than nothing, especially on a birthday. So I will offer her one of my dandelions. And she will be at the saloon at some point, as she is every other night. She is the town drunk. It's not... She has fallen on hard times, unfortunately. She was the bus driver, and the bus is currently broken down, so she's, out of work. She can still pay her saloon tab, so at least Gus isn't impacted too much. There's an entire scene about that. But I think I have to be better friends with Gus before that one shows. So I'm currently sitting at 244 salmon berries, which is based on previous experience playing the game. It's a pretty good number to get up to. I have gotten more. I've gotten less. There is an event that can happen in future spring. Well, it happened this spring, but I'll be able to access it in future years. That does have an impact on how many salmon berries I get, because the event is more useful than just collecting salmon berries endlessly. I did not talk to George yet, so let's try to come in here and do that. I think I did talk to Evelyn because she was out tending the community garden. I am dropping more frames even though my bitrate is massive. What do we have I will talk to Pam and at least give her a gift. So she just said thanks. It was enough to get her up a heart. When you give people gifts, things show up in this menu. So I can see that dandelion is a normal gift for her. But if they like or love something, it will show up right away. Like you can see, because they love the gift for George. And for Haley, daffodils are like the gifts. There are also notes that can tell you what people like, and conversations with people where they will tell you what another villager likes or dislikes, and the game will record that in the menu for you as well, so you don't necessarily have to remember it. Awesome. That didn't make a boo-boo. No, okay. I was concerned for a moment that that's one of the things that Pam loves. I know that Autumn's bounty is led by the mayor, but I'm not going to spend 700 G to give the mayor a loved gift. So I think if I don't get a gift from George tonight, then I will buy the stone that I need. No, I will not buy the stone that I need yet. I will buy the additional copper ore I need to make 5 bars, because so far the copper I have is only enough to make the smelter. I don't actually have enough copper to make the bars yet, so I'll buy copper on the next day. Make sure you're staying hydrated, everyone. Okay, so I've been streaming for a little over an hour now. 276G. I'm just going to take like a minute here to stand up, walk around a bit. The best advice I can give you for this game is don't look anything up. Just go into it and experience it for yourself. Like I said, you can't really make a mistake. Anything you do, there are no wrong choices in the game. So just let yourself experience it. I will be back in like 8 minutes after I stretch out my legs a little bit. Just give me a moment here. Okay, I am back. I know that my yes, my first time playing Skyrim, I killed the chicken and had to run away from the townspeople. So, I have a couple friends here. My mom made these for me. We call them my emotional support chickens. But she made them because I like Stardew Valley. So I have a couple chickens here with me. They will be my friends while I stream today. I also have a sheep somewhere around here, but I'm not sure where it is right this moment. So I know my posture is horrible, but I thought it would be prudent of me to get up and stretch a little bit. I try to be a little bit healthy sometimes. She's the best. So, since I'm not farming yet, it doesn't really matter when it rains, but still nice to know. I can't make that cauliflower yet, but the quest stays forever, so I'm not worried about doing it now. The quest will still be there next year and the year after that if I still don't have a cauliflower grown. As I say, the game is quite forgiving with these sorts of things. So I will look around my farm for any forage or trees that have grown. I feel like this tree might not grow since there's a stone right next to it. Also knows that I'm streaming right now, which means she will not disturb me until I tell her I'm done. Or it's dinner time, because I lose track of time. Which will happen on occasion. There's a berry I missed today. Which means I must have missed a berry somewhere else, because I was getting 2 per bush. And after picking that one up, I have an odd number. There's another one sitting in somewhere. I will check traveling cart. Beer with vanilla gift. This just hurts me. Because it's so rare to find red cabbage or red cabbage seeds in the traveling cart. But because of a challenge that people often set for themselves is completing the community center in the first year. One of the hurdles for that is the red cabbage, because red cabbage seeds only become available in year 2. But you can check the traveling cart for the red cabbage seeds before summer, or as in this case, a red cabbage itself. There is an option you can take in the menu now to guarantee that at some point one will show up in the cart, but I found the seeds and the cabbage itself already in spring, and I'm not even trying to complete the community center yet. So it drives me crazy that the traveling cart is trying to make it easy for me, and I'm just not doing that this time. I'm also dropping more and more frames. I may need to restart the stream. Blaze DMs is also something Pam loves. Iridium bars are rare this early, but the price point is just too much. I will want rare seeds, but as of yet, there's nothing from the traveling cart today. Friday and Sunday, they'll be there. You can also pet the pig. I not pet the pig today, but click on it and it'll make a sound. I'm concerned about the number of drop frames, but it's only 2.6% of the amount I've streamed, so I hope it's not impacting the quality too much. Obviously, ideally I wouldn't drop any, but my internet is not good enough for that. Friendship is a major goal you play through. Friday is probably the best day, because basically everyone who can go to the saloon will. I haven't checked the beach for foraging a little bit. Once I get my stuff from Clint, but I will check the beach. I haven't been to the beach at all this stream. I will show the books, since I did find a lost book. There's one to start, as soon as you begin the game. Tips on farming. Use fertilizer to improve quality, reduce workload, or hasten crop growth. Fruit trees take a whole season to grow, but they require very little maintenance. Keep the area directly around your new sapling clear, or else it may not grow properly. Crops will die as soon as the season ends, unless they grow in multiple seasons. Corn. Some crops, such as kale and wheat, can be harvested with the scythe. And then the new book I got. This is a book by Marnie. Animals are very sensitive. They like to be pet every day and prefer to eat grass outdoors than dry hay. They don't like being outside in the rain though. Happy animals produce higher quality products. So there are some in-game little tips that you can get. Dialogue from people and other books can help you along your way. So I need 25 copper for the bars. If I hold down Control and Shift, I buy 25 at once. I will not buy the coal yet because I've been digging some up. Curiously, buying the 25 coal does, or the 25 copper counts as finding 25 copper, so I can complete the quest for Clint by talking to him after buying it. So, I get 260G back. Which makes me think I should have bought the stone when Robin was asking for it, but I didn't think of that at the time. So I have all the copper I will need to both make this furnace and smelt for my first tool upgrade. I just need more money, stone, and a couple more copper. I keep on saying copper when I mean coal, and coal when I mean copper. Not everything you pick up on the beach gives foraging experience. None of it gives fishing experience though, so it's safe to develop. Usually there's at least one dig spot on the beach, but I don't see one today. Which is... I mean, it's not devastating, but it's odd. At some point in the future, I will want much more coral and what I didn't see today, urchins. How close is Caroline? Does Caroline have at least one heart? Yeah, she does. And Willie wants 2 chubs. You saw that the prize ticket was one of the rewards I would get for completing that quest. That means I've completed 2 help wanted quests previously, and that would be the 3rd. How much? I'm going to have plenty of time to collect clams and coral in the future, so I'll just sell the ones I picked up today. To there is no sort of a completion of the game, and one of the things you would need to do to get 100% is to get all of the villagers' hearts to their maximum level. But it doesn't really. It's not something that you really need to focus on early in the game. It becomes easier to get their hearts up later. For the people that have single under their name, those are the people you can date in the game. As their hearts, and especially their hearts, but some other people's hearts go up, you can get little heart events with them, where you'll see scenes between them and other villagers, and you'll often be involved in one way or another. Also, there are cooking recipes in the game, which can be seen here. Certain villagers will send you recipes once you reach a certain heart level with them. Like at the beginning of this stream, George sent me the recipe to make fried eel. The other thing that can happen is certain villagers, once they get at least one heart in their friendship, will have a chance to send you a gift in the mail. Like I've been talking about George a lot, he can send you 30 stone in the mail, which would be a great help for me until I start mining. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot. The reason I checked Caroline specifically is when you get her to 2 hearts, you can make tea saplings with a recipe she gives you. As far as mechanics go, once someone gets to full hearts, they'll stay at full hearts forever. Until that, any day that you don't talk to them, their friendship goes down just a tiny amount. Talking to them just once a week more than cancels that out. Also, when they get to 2 hearts, you can access like their bedroom or other areas of their home that were not accessible previously. So, for example, Lewis is at 2 hearts. I could go into his bedroom now. And if their hearts end up going below 2 hearts for some reason after that, you can still go into their bedroom. The friendship mechanics are a little difficult to understand at first, but I mean, basically, talk to them occasionally, give them gifts, and if they like the gifts, then over time their friendship will increase. And their friendship may also influence the kinds of dialogue you get when talking to them. Like Linus is worried about me possibly destroying his tent because it's happened before. But if I was better friends with him, then he wouldn't be concerned about that anymore. He would trust me to not destroy his tent. You can't destroy his tent even if you're the horrible sort of person that would want to destroy his tent, but shallow for now, but she can be sweet eventually. So it's a little after 3 p.m. on this game day, so people who go to the saloon are starting to make their day there. Evelyn always says that George spends all day in front of the TV, even if he's not in front of the TV when she says it. She will also sometimes say she wishes George to go outside that some fresh air would do him some good when he's sitting right here. So sometimes the dialogue gets humorous. Of people are here now. Sam is already talking about his game of pool, which he will inevitably lose to Sebastian. What's he gonna say? So Emily, she mentions that she likes jewel tones. Gemstones are things that she loves to receive as gifts. Even though the people aren't here yet, Gus knows that Friday is a big day for him. I'll actually stand outside and wait for the people to get here. Pam wishes she was born rich, as so many do. Leah loves nature and the trees. She moved here from the city. I haven't been talking to Pierre much. He can straight up send you money as a friend gift. You'd think a guy who literally sends you money is one of the people you have to befriend first. But Pierre is not well liked by the community. Seen as a little greedy. Later. There's Elliot and Willie. And Marnie will be over here. And Clint should be leaving his shop by now. Though I talked to him earlier, so it doesn't matter if I talk to him now. On rare occasions, they'll have something different to say later in the day, but typically once you talk to someone once, you cannot talk to them again, and even if you do, it won't impact friendship any further. But you can always check if you talked to someone that day in the friendship menu. This box will have an X in it if you did talk to them. I tried to talk to Abigail, it didn't work. And I don't understand why Clint was not outside yet. He was continuing his discussion from earlier. I only talked to him once. Yeah, I tried to talk to Abigail, but she was sitting over here, and I kept jumping into the chair instead. There you go. I used the dialogue cursor to make sure that I was talking to her and not sitting down. Friday is usually a pretty easy day to at least talk to everyone and make sure that their hearts don't go down before the next week. I did find 2 daffodils today, which means if I want to give them as gifts or craft them into more spring seeds, I can. And I got some more coal. Not coal. Maybe I should just stop if I can't say words properly. I got some more clay. But I did some good foraging today, so I got a good amount of money. Thanks to the clams and coral mostly. I did make someone a mod, but I don't think they're actually here right now, so I will take care of that. I think you're on YouTube, so you didn't see the spam message on Twitch, but I was just deleting that real quick. When it's raining, your pet will stay inside, and it also counts as the pet bowl being automatically watered. Spirits are very displeased, but there's just not really anything that I need to worry about luck for just yet. Another tree finally grew in. Today is Shane's birthday. He likes hot peppers, dishes made from hot peppers, pizza, and beer. So if I don't, I will consider buying him a beer when I'm at the saloon later. But that will depend on how many forageables I find today and if I think I can justify the cost. Shane is depressed, that's why he drinks. It's not a solution, but he's got it. He copes. As this effects, and head down to the forest as per usual. I think I'll spend a few extra moments chopping some trees that I find down here. Just because I don't like days where I don't get much foraging experience. I get the feeling that since it's the last day of the week for spawning foraging and I checked every other day, there probably won't be too much to that. All the trees. I do not think I will stream tomorrow, but I do plan on streaming Skyrim again on Monday. I'll probably take tomorrow off. Do things like take groceries. Big spot today, more clay. If I get by Clint's shop before he closes today, I think I'll go ahead and buy the coal. I may find coal in big spots, but it never hurts to have a little bit extra. There's a neat little thing that happens. Shane and Sam both work at Jersey Mark, and if they happen to be there, their portrait and the friendship menu will have them in their uniform. So you can tell that Shane is working right now. Playing Stardew on this computer is a much different experience to me, being able to see so much more than I could before. I'm zoomed in a significant portion and can still see more than I could when I was zoomed out all the way on my old computer. But I could zoom out all the way and see like so much of the forest. I wasn't paying attention to my health at all. If you go down to 0 stamina, you will end up exhausted. You can see I'm swinging very slowly and walking very slowly. You can fix it by doing something that gives you a little bit of energy. I'll at least move at normal speed. But since I ended up with 0 energy, I will have a penalty on the next day of starting with half energy. Unless I happen to get a level up in some skill, but I won't. If you get a skill level up, that overwrites the energy penalty. There's also medicine you can buy from the clinic that removes that exhausted indicator and will allow you to wake up normally the next day, but I don't really need to worry too much about whether I have full energy. Most days I don't try and chop as many trees as possible. It's not a big deal. It is not even close to 4 o'clock yet, so Clint will still be open. I will buy 3 coal from him. If I don't click out of the game too many times. 1, 2, 3. I have all the coal and all the copper I need. I just need 25 stone. I want to do this up, but double check my energy before I do. Oh, prehistoric rib. I'm gonna donate that to Gunther. I haven't found too many artifacts yet. I should put bones there. The museum is funded with taxes. Curiously, we do not have to pay taxes, but the businesses in town do. I guess agriculture is not considered a business in the Fernville Republic. Caroline wants an iron bar, but I do not have any iron bars. Nor am I deep enough in the mines to get iron ore to smelt a iron bar, even if I had built a smelter. I am not getting very lucky with the 25% chance of picking up multiples of an item. But I am getting some higher quality ones here and there, so that's a bonus at least. Posture check. I need to add shadow points to my Twitch so that people can tell me to check my posture. So yeah, I will stream the day after tomorrow, and it will be Skyrim that day. Probably stream this game at least once during the week. But as a general plan, I will typically stream I will stream Skyrim more than I stream Stardew Valley. I have played Let's Go Pikachu. Well, I played Let's Go Eevee because I like Eevee more than I like Pikachu. But yes, I did play that game. I played, actually, with the exception of Legend CA and Scarlet and Violet, I have played every Pokemon game to date. I have, I think, Scarlet. I have one of the two, but I have not played it as of yet. Yeah. And I played Pokemon Go before I played Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so I was able to enjoy the features of connecting those games. It's a pretty good time. I prefer the traditional formula a little more than the Pokemon Go formula, but it worked well. I don't play Pokemon Go anymore, but I did for a couple years. At least get my talking in. Lily's probably very sad that I haven't done any fishing as of yet. He likes people who fish. There's something that will actually happen by the end of this season since I haven't fished yet. To my knowledge, there is no way to avoid that event. People have tried. In any case, I think I'm done talking to people. Now, in the context of the game, weekly events such as forage and your gifting limits reset when you go over to Sunday. To me, I believe that the new week starts on Monday, not Sunday. So, if I'm playing a full week, I will play one more day to complete Sunday. Because Saturday and Sunday are the weekends, they end the week. And then I'll evaluate whether I want to continue at that point. I decided that buying Shane a beer was not a good way to spend my money at this time. Spirits are neutral today, and it's Sunday, so I get a new cream of sauce recipe for a radish salad. I love a fresh peppery radish. It reminds me of the late spring. My mother would slice up our fresh radishes and serve them on grainy bread with a little salt and pepper. Those were the days. But I digress. Now watch closely. You learned how to cook radish salad. I don't have a kitchen yet, but I know how to cook a radish salad. Friendship going. I do have a full heart now. That feels good. Knowing that my pet doesn't hate me. I feel like I'm getting a little less forage on my forest farm this time around than I typically do. Complaining you would be rewarded though. Portables right there. as I was saying earlier, the Generation 2 remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, are definitely my favorite Pokemon games. I feel like they just hit all the marks with that one. Part of me wants to sell the Silver Leaf, but I don't know. I feel like George deserves it. As does Haley. Just because I can see the new week starting on Monday doesn't mean I need to. Except that anytime she's getting gifts. And the traveling cart will be here today. Every Friday and Sunday, so let's make sure. You can also see my energy at half because of my exploits yesterday. See what she's got. Rhubarb pie, spicy eel, salmon dinner, as well as the rare loved gifts for Alex. Stone for honey, I love honey. Blueberries. I still don't think anything there is worth spending money on. That's big. For coming and chatting, Elias. I hope you sleep well, and hope to see you again on Monday when I stream some more Skyrim. Have a good night. I am familiar with Belgium. Yes. I've not been to Belgium, but I can find it on the map. I'm sure that will be a great time. I know a couple people from Belgium, and it seems like a pretty nice country. Actually, someone who was in the stream earlier is from Belgium. Thank you for your well wishes. George is not here right now. On Sundays he goes to the altar of Yoba in the general store. Haley wants to parson it now. Oh, here's an event. Welcome to Viewers, how can I help you? Come and get it, folks. Coupons for 50% off your purchase at Jojo Mart. Well, any takers? 50% off? Of course they take it. But I can't match those prices. I'd be selling at a loss. It must be so difficult for you to lose your loyal customers like that. But can you blame them? Jojo Corporation is clearly a superior choice. Soon the whole town will realize that. Going the Jojo route instead of the community center route just feels so wrong. Because your character worked for JoJo, why would he support them here? Which feels bad for Penny. Everyone does. Hello, George. Never been religious, but hey, I'm old. Here, have a leak. He's up to 4 hearts now. I'll wait for Jetty to walk by so I don't have to try and walk through here. I am not 2 hearts with Pierre or Caroline, so I cannot get into their bedroom to talk to them. Pierre's got the blues because everyone left to go to JoJo. I don't remember off the top of my head what time Abigail and Caroline leave their room on Sundays. No one ever runs against me when it's time for an election. I like to think that means I'm doing my job well. No, I don't even know if they have elections. If they have elections, we're not allowed to participate. And that feels very undemocratic. The other day, Emily baked something called a squirrel loaf. Looks like someone's read the latest issue of Super Fashion Girl. Muddy boots are totally in right now. Thank you. I just got an achievement for a new friend. That means I've reached a level of 5 hearts with someone. Those in-game achievements, the ones that appear here, don't necessarily correlate exactly with game progress, but they do allow you to buy hats. The more achievements you unlock, the more hats you can buy. Each achievement is tied to a specific one. And the next game day will indicate how I get those hats. But since that was my first achievement, it will unlock the following day. Dr. Maru, hi. You made another week of progress on the farm. Seems like things are going well for you. I would say things are going well. But I feel like it's a pretty nice turnout today. I did pick up 2 leaks there. That's a double experience. And there's another leak back here. Keep picking them up. And actually all 3 of them were gold quality leaks. So those will make bonus gifts for George. I feel like I don't have the necessary number of daffodils to craft more seeds. But I will go buy the stone today. Which means that George will probably send me stone in the mail tomorrow. Once I bought it, but I guess then I'll just have some extra stone lying around. I can put it towards my first fish pond. Talk to Demetrius. Talk to Robin. Sebastian's out of his room, so I can talk to him. My husband almost set the house on fire last night with his science experiment. One of the speakers exploded and sent a fireball into the rafters. Thank Yoba, I used fire-resistant lacquer when I built the place. So, stone is only 20 each, so I can easily get 25. She also sells some crafting recipes and some furniture, little things for your house. And of course, she upgrades your house and builds additional farm buildings, but those are all a little out of my price and material range at the moment. Hey, your name is Patrick, right? Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. I've been here for 3 weeks. And I talk to you every time I see you. So I at least talked to Haley and George today. Linus is up here. Linus lives up here. There are lots of theories about why Linus lives in a tent in the mountains north of town. He says it's just the way he chooses to live. Some people assume that he used to be like the chief executive of a major corporation, and he's now just living off the grid. If you give him a diamond for a quest, he pays you the full 2,250 G for it, so obviously he has some money lying around. Here he says, I don't like to stay in one place for too long. There's just too much to experience in the world. So, he's worldly. Since I have the stone and I have the copper, I'm going to go ahead and grab my copper, make the furnace, and start smelting my first bars, which will allow me to complete the forging ahead quest. There's no reward for completing that quest, but I still want to do it. I will put all of my copper and my coal, craft a furnace, which completes forging ahead, and adds smelting. Use a furnace to smelt a copper bar. Let's put the furnace over here, and start smelting my first bar. Need 5 ore and a piece of coal to smelt. And it doesn't take very long for a copper bar to smelt. Iron, gold, and iridium, of course, take longer. I don't have to stand here waiting, I can walk away. So that just removes it from the journal. You don't get a gold reward for doing that. But I now have my first copper bar. And over the rest of today, and if I don't get it all done today, the early day tomorrow, I will smelt my 5 copper bars, and then all I need to worry about from that point is being up to 2000 G, and I can finally upgrade my axe for the first time. Typically I go for about a week, but I think a nice way to end this stream would be with turning in my axe to be upgraded. So let's see if we can get some extra G so that I can make that happen sooner. To that end, since it is new week, I will check the beach. Check it at the beginning and end of each week. I'll also talk to Flint. He can actually send you entire bars in the mail, which I was hoping he would do at some point, but obviously he didn't. There is a dig spot on the beach today. More carrot seeds. Well, next spring I'm going to have plenty of carrot seeds to plant right away. Just a little bit of foraging experience from before NBC Urchin. And I will talk to the people in the saloon before heading back home and seeing what I have to sell. Friday wasn't very productive today. Oh yeah, my farming life is going well. Pam is out of it. Cooking without a recipe is kind of liberating. Well, in real life, I will typically cook something for the first time somewhat close to the recipe, unless I feel like there's something I can add or remove that just makes it better. But typically after the first time I've made something, I don't really follow the recipe anymore. I just do whatever I want with it. Generally works out pretty well. There have been a couple of times where not quite so much, but You try new things and learn. So I'll put another 5 milk. I think I'll sell the quality sea urchin. I do have 3 other ones. I'll probably sell the clam too. Part of me wants to sell carrot seeds. I don't really need that many, but I feel like growing carrots. Since I have quality to give as gift, I will make a couple packets of wild seeds. So I'm selling a number of things today. Okay. Computer's battery is up to 94%. Probably plug it out. Unplug it soon, but I'll leave it in for now while I'm still streaming. Alright, let's go to sleep. That bar will finish smelting overnight. And I got more than enough to upgrade my axe. I am at 2411. I only need 2,000. Living off the land tells me to get my hands on the fishing pole and sell my catch. Alright, I didn't read that letter, but if you want to read the letter afterwards, you can typically find them in here. Hi, me sell hats, okay poke? Can the old house poke bring coins? Hat mouse. So on my way around picking things up and making my way towards the shop for my tool upgrade, I will take a look at the old house and meet Hatmouse. Hatmouse is not a villager that you can gain friendship with, but is a well-liked character in the community. And this is a little shop. Go see him. Those rocks are blocking my way to those branches, so I cannot chop them. It's too bad. So I'll do a whole loop around the bottom of the forest. So we go by Hatmouse's shop. And I'll try to chop at least a few trees along the way since I'm going to be turning in my axe. So I won't be able to chop trees until it's done. Now, if you play a multiplayer game, you can turn in a tool to be upgraded and then just borrow the other player's tool while you're waiting. But I am playing single player for the time being. I've wanted to play multiplayer in this game for a long time, and some people have offered to do so, but it has not actually materialized. Part of it is that I play mostly on Switch, and if you want to do multiplayer on Switch, you do have to pay for Nintendo Online. I almost do that. Cross-platform multiplayer is a thing that exists for this game. So, let's do that. So hats. Right now, he sells a straw hat. If you've gotten a hat as a reward from a festival, like the straw hat for the egg festival, he will sell that. The butterfly bow is the hat that is tied to completing a new friend achievement. And as I said before, each achievement will unlock a different hat. lot of achievements that I will be getting while doing only foraging, so it'll likely be a bit before we get another one there. There are several you can get pretty early on regarding fishing. So once we do that, I'll be doing a couple before too long. So I'll try to remember to keep an eye on my energy this time, but just get some trees down for not having my axe for a couple days. I'm about 2/3 of the way to level 7 foraging. Once I can start chopping the trees, stumps, that'll be 25 extra experience per stump each day. Not all the stumps on your farm respawn each day, but the ones on the left hand side where the forage grows, those do come back every day. Which is the entire reason I chose the forest farm for this playthrough, because of those respawning stumps that do not appear on any other farm type. Welcome back, Georgiana. No, I decided it was a little warm in my room today, so I decided not to wear the sweater. But I do still have it nearby. I'm doing fine. And stream is going well. Everything's all good. Upgrading a tool, that will give him my axe to upgrade. So it takes a couple days, but when he gives it back, it will be copper, and I can chop trees that much better. I did check your page. There were no posts, so I didn't follow. So Haley will be down by the lake today taking pictures. They're up here, but I won't worry about it. This daffodil out. Let me sort my inventory. I was looking away and didn't see Myra walking. I'm walking here. Yeah, that will talk to Linus. But the trees will remain unchopped today. But once I can chop them down faster and for less energy, I'm going to be chopping so many trees. It will be just a few days before Stardew Valley is empty of trees, and then magically they will all grow back. So for today, I'll be heading back to my farm. It's only Monday, so there's not a lot of forage that has spawned in yet. I found a few things, but not too much. put these quality daffodils away in my chest. Save them for gifts. Add my materials and sell the spring onions as usual. So I'm at least getting some money back. I did show the train, or the tunnel and the bus stop before. Forge does not spawn there, which is why I don't go over there often. It was just the branches, or the bushes that had seven berries that I went over there for. Let's talk to Caroline. Evelyn. You talked to Maru when she was walking down here. Here's Penny, who I guess I already talked to as well. There's Alex. I don't remember whether I talked to George. Looks like not. He's not much of a talker to strangers, but we're becoming friendlier. Pam is on the way to the saloon, but Abigail and Sam will be heading elsewhere. So we'll talk to Pam. Her head already hurts. She's going to the saloon for hair of a dog. And since I'm waiting for people to make their way to the saloon, I'll go towards Haley now. She's right here. Did I talk to her? I guess I talked to her. Not paying attention to who I'm talking to. Decided to talk to Pam before she got to the saloon, because sometimes she'll say different things. She is on her way home, and I did talk to her earlier. Now we'll talk to Gus and Emily. Really nice, so strange, isn't it? No word on whether blue is Emily's natural hair color, or whether Caroline's is green. Abigail's is not purple. Dialogue suggests that she used to have chestnut colored hair like Pierre's, but that she hasn't dyed it in a long time. There are several theories surrounding that, but that's not something I will get into when I'm like 30 seconds away from ending the stream for today. So, I think I don't want to use quality forageables to make into wild seeds just because they're better for gifts. I'd rather use them that way. So, I went a little bit longer than a week in the game, about a little over 2 hours, and I got my axe started upgrading with Clint, which was kind of my benchmark goal for this stream. So I'm going to end it off there. If you joined me or are watching the archive on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are now. And goodbye.